Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. Today's date is August 13th, 2014. I'm your host, Rob Dew, and here's a look at some of our top stories.
Tonight, a former Marine warns of terrifying militarized occupation of American cities as U.S. citizens are now being treated like insurgents in Afghanistan and Iraq. Meanwhile, a potential powder keg ignites in St. Louis. InfoWars reporters witness the increasing hostility towards the occupying police. Then, a close look at the massive brainwashing vaccine campaign. All that plus much more up next on the InfoWars Nightly News.
So if you're wondering about the props here of all the different forms of toothpaste you can clean your teeth with, we'll be getting into that a little bit later in the show, but I just wanted to have them out here to get people to start thinking about what they put in their bodies. And before we get into the articles, I also want to let you know we do have a crew in Ferguson, Missouri right now, which is north of St. Louis. And if you tune into our Ustream channel, which is ustream.tv, and it's the Real Alex Jones channel, you can watch what's going on right now. They're covering another protest. Last night they covered one that got pretty scary. We're going to have a report on that in a little bit where you can actually see a bottle or a rock being thrown at one of the cops. We actually caught that on camera. We're going to be showing that later on in the show. But let's get right into the news. Our top story here, gun stores see sales spike in wake of Ferguson riots. And this is from the St. Louis Business Journal. For the past 2 days, Steve King has been unbelievably busy at his gun store, Metro shooting. King said business spiked 50% as local residents responded to the violent events taking place in Ferguson. We've sold a variety of handguns, shotguns, it's Joe Biden's favorite, and AR-15s. All the sales are having to do with home defense. Usually it's pretty slow through the summer, but this has been a huge spike for business, King said. People are hunkering down because the events are taking place too close to their home, and in some case, a half a mile away. Lots of people are afraid, which is why they are turning to the Second Amendment to protect themselves, because as you can see, the shops that didn't get burned down were those owners and shopkeepers who had guns and who stood out and posted guard. As we interviewed Mr. Weinstein yesterday on the Alex Jones Show, his crew and from also a neighboring business showed up in tactical gear with rifles, and they were able to keep their business from being burnt to the ground, while other stores, Walmart's, liquor stores, the Quick Trip were also, that was burnt to the ground, but then other stores were looted. Which brings us to our next article. Former Marine warns of terrifying militarized occupation of American cities. Former Marine Paul Soldra warns that the events in Ferguson, Missouri illustrate the terrifying result of the militarization of police, with the American people now being treated like insurgents in Iraq and Afghanistan. In an article for Business Insider, Soldra questions why police in Ferguson are wearing combat gear such as desert camouflage, which is normally reserved for troops fighting in foreign war zones. We looked intimidating, but all of our vehicles and equipment had a clear purpose for combat against enemy forces. So why is the same gear being used on our city streets? When did this become okay? That's the question we've been asking here since I got here. And long before that, Alex Jones has been talking about why the police are getting military hardware. Why are they being trained with military tactics? Their motto used to be protect and to serve, and now it seems to be oppress and annoy for those who get lots of tickets. But he's not the only Marine that has been speaking out. Earlier this month, we had I See Something. Marine Colonel warns of takeover, and that was from retired Colonel Pete Martino. And he put an excellent video together. He actually flew down here for an interview with Alex Jones, and then he wrote an article that we put on the website, and that was on August 5th, 2014. Please check that out. This is from another military source. We found the military are the most awake because they're the ones undergoing this training right now. So it's very important, if you are a member of the military, to speak out when you see stuff like this unconstitutional behavior, because you did take your oath, those of you out there who are oath keepers. Next story here. Federal snitch Reverend Al Sharpton confronted in Ferguson, Missouri. Adam Sharp of Progressive Today confronted federal informant Reverend Al Sharpton in Ferguson, Missouri on Tuesday. Sharpton was converted into a snitch for the FBI in 1983 after he was caught on tape negotiating a cocaine deal. Sharp asked Sharpton about graffiti sprayed on a store burnt down in response to the incident. Sharpton denied acting as an informant for the government, despite plenty of evidence to the contrary. And there you see the picture, snitches get stitches. And we're going to go to that video right now.
Reverend Sharpton, the term snitches get stitches was spray painted on the Quick Trip. Since you're a federal snitch, sir, do you fear for your life?
Today I want to tell the feds about a cop.
Just keep going.
Are you in fear for your life being a federal informant? And people are.
I want to inform on this policeman. Let's keep moving.
Are you here to snitch on the rioters?
That's right. Tell them how.
Okay.
And so the master race baiter, Al Sharpton, is getting a little bit of his own medicine. And you know he doesn't want to answer those questions about being an FBI informant in the 80s. And this just came into Infowars.com. Photos. Ferguson police train weapons laser sights on peaceful protesters. And if you scroll down through this article, you can see a shot there right in the middle of this guy's back. The guy has a shirt on, his shirt off, completely unarmed. And the police have their rifles trained at his back, which is reportedly how Michael Brown died. And if you scroll through, you can see more articles of people being oppressed by their government. They have their hands up. They are so afraid of these militarized police that they walk around with their hands up saying, hands up, don't shoot. We have a ton of special reports that we've been putting on the site, including one that we're going to show you, which shows an actual rock being thrown at one of the police officers. But last night there were reports that a young man was shot, and in this article from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Ferguson chief says police are working with Justice Department on race relations in the city. Further down on this article, teen in critical condition after being shot by police near Ferguson site. St. Louis County police officer early Wednesday shot and critically wounded a man who police say pointed a gun at an officer near the intersection of West Florissant and Chambers Road. The 1 a.m. Shooting Wednesday was near Chambers and Sheffield Court, not far from the site of protest against police on Saturday's fatal shooting of Michael Brown. Well, we've seen this in the past of people being shot in the back many times by officers. We don't know if this man was shot in the back, but for holding cell phones. So was he holding a handgun? Was he holding a cell phone? Well, the police say they're doing a thorough investigation, so we will find out maybe if they're really true to their word and they're honorable men. Right now, they're not even releasing the name of the officer who shot Michael Brown, which kicked off this whole mess. I want to go to a quick special report from our crew out in the field, and this actually shows video of a rock or a bottle being thrown at one of the police officers.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I'm Joe Biggs with Infowars.com in Ferguson, Missouri. Right now, the riot police are standing beside us, right behind us. They have this entire bridge, this road blocked off.
You on the parking lot. This is the St. Louis County Police Department. Disperse now, or you will be arrested. You on the parking lot. This is the St. Louis County Police Department. Disperse now, or you will be arrested.
As you can see, tensions are high here in Ferguson because of what happened. The people are tired. People all over America are tired how cops kill and beat innocent people for no reason. This is what we have to look forward to all over the place. Look how quick, within a matter of days, they were able to go into a martial law status here in Ferguson.
I'm with here. I'm putting my life on the line for my people. I'm putting my life around for everybody in this country. I believe in equality.
We have a right to assemble.
And why the cops tell us we can't be out here? Like you said, we have a right to assemble.
Martial law.
Our rights are being infringed on by the police every day. They have complete domain over us. They are like gods. If they tell you not to do something, you cannot do it. And if you do, they will treat you like a dog. You will be shot down. Well, at least for a black man. I'm not sure for everybody, but I do understand that. I hope it's not like that for everybody. It shouldn't be. It should not be like that for any human being to live on this planet.
We bleed the same blood. We are from the same descendants. There's no way one person can tell us, or one small amount of people can tell us what and what we cannot do. There's something as an actual people being unity, that's not something we cannot happen at all. At all.
Mike Brown! Mike Brown! Mike Brown! Mike Brown! Mike Brown! Mike Brown!
The citizens here are standing their ground and protesting and speaking about what they know, what they believe in. So far from what you heard, the people here are very educated. They know about their rights. They're just trying to get across their point that they're tired of this kind of stuff going on. As you can see behind me right now, there are riot police, linked armed, probably 60 to 70 armed personnel with tanks and armored vehicles behind them. They are ready to push through the town of Ferguson and completely lock it down. What is that? That's martial law. That's going to happen across our entire nation because our government doesn't care. This is crazy. This is what America has to look forward to if they do not wake up. Listen to me. Wake up. Stop sitting on your couch and being lazy. This kind of stuff can come to your town and happen in a second. Know your rights, know what you're able to do as an American, and stand up for that right. The stuff is intense, and we're going to keep following this for the next few days. Stay tuned to Infowars.com for more reports. I'm Joe Biggs.
So we are putting a plethora of reports from our team out in the field on the Alex Jones channel. That's our main YouTube channel, but you can also check Infowars.com for more updates. And we'll also be tweeting out whenever we go live on Ustream. So you can sign up for our Twitter or Facebook feed and find out when we go live. And you can actually see the news as it's happening. See the police response, see the protesters, how they're handling all this, and just watch as we basically see drama unfolding out in the streets of St. Louis. There's Joe Biggs right now, and that is live. We've got over 2,000 people watching that right now, which I think is amazing with all the technology that we have now at our disposal. We were able to Skype in their reports today, and it looks like, yes, the MRAPs are now rolling in to deal with the peaceful protesters who have yet to do anything. So far, there's been one person shot, a building burned, and since then, and those seem to be looters from out of town. We had reports that Craigslist was being used as a way to call rioters and looters to the area. The last few days have seen nothing but peaceful protests going on, but now there you can see the response from the St. Louis police. We've shown you videos from last year where they were rolling tanks through the streets and asking people how they felt about it, and they were all feeling pretty safe. I wonder if they feel safe right now. I wonder if they feel safe when the tanks are pointed at them, not just doing training exercises.
City of Austin tap water versus filtered City of Austin tap water.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
This has an aftertaste.
Tastes like Austin water? Yeah, it does. Ugh.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered through the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
High quality H2O.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, Monsanto's deadly pesticide, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
Yeah, it has that processed flavor to it.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances and many more, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water.
Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today. Use promo code WATER and save 10% off your ProPure purchase. Again, that's InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-888-253-3139.